Welcome to Games in the Dark After Dark. I'm your host, Laramie. I'm joined here today by Zap the Bull.
That's me.
Bod. Hello.
I always thought you were going to say my full name, Bon Vower.
No, I just say Bod. We're on a first name basis, Bod.
I guess we are kind of chumming it up. Just
Yeah.
Bonnie and Laramie.
Bonnie boy.
We can't shorten Laramie because
Bon
it's
voyage.
He's going to be Larry. He's going to be Larry.
Yeah, just Larry. Named Jamie.
Hey, I killed Ire.
And it happened literally in one round, just two
super
high dice rolls.
I swung my thing.
A single round of, let me roll 2d6 for damage here. And one was like a 6 and a 5 and a 4, I think, on the 2d6s for 9 points of damage.
I mean, honestly,
and it's just like, shit, that happens.
We should be thinking better. Like 3v1 in any system is kind of like.
Well, in this system, it's a bad idea.
Well, it's a terrible idea.
These were I only gave them a +1. They were low.
You rolled stinking high on the d20s and then stinking high on the d6s. So.
And then you rolled low on your checks, which
and
is
I rolled
unfortunate.
low on my health, which was really the thing that did me in.
I
have oft heard it said online that it's just impossible to kill a pit fighter. And yet, I proved him wrong yet again, Jay. Once again proving.
Had you had a turn, like had you been taken down to 1 hit point and had a turn, I do believe you could have endured.
I could have slaughtered
a few rounds.
I had a +2. I did +2 damage on every hit with Ire.
Yeah,
no
I mean,
what.
A pit fighter needs Constitution, and you did not have Constitution.
He needs HP, and I didn't have it. I didn't have what it took, but you know what I do have? Wisdom.
Yeah, now you have.
Don't got much else, but you sure got that wisdom.
Yeah, buddy.
Now this is a group of 2 dwarves and a halfling.
Is it a halfling?
I imagine you're like 3 feet tall.
I'm gonna have a little nephew that's half dwarf, half halfling, so he'll be a quarter leg.
So Laramie's already in the art. He's just behind a crate. So if you could,
the art.
Make the token art just like a barrel in the background.
Just me. I actually like the idea of just me poking over a crate.
Wouldn't that be so sick if he was either a crate or a barrel all of the time and we're sneaking? It's just like with bottomless, he's like the little feet like, and he's just like surrounded by a barrel or a crate the whole time.
Going back to the Hanna-Barbera
you gotta make
thing
up for those terrible stats somehow.
Wow.
-1 in almost everything.
I think you're undervaluing
bumping into shit nonstop.
Wisdom, my 19 in wisdom, actually.
Oh, fun session,
amazing session, super
eventful
fun.
session. For a session that took place almost entirely as us just going to a tavern to try to get the lay of the land. It was pretty.
I didn't have anything prepared.
Yeah, I think it was about 50% poison buying and 50% ire dying. So.
Interesting, yeah. Like coming back after a month or whatever, and immediately a character death. It doesn't feel like we lost momentum, really.
No, but it's also like that fascinating thing of like there's so many facets of the game that we have yet to learn, and this felt like another session where we're learning like how does dying work, like how does I don't know, like a bunch of different stuff, like pickpocketing and etc.
I will say
how does that all work
to the audience who may be holding a grudge against Jamie. Don't do it. He gave me many chances to live.
My fault. I always kill Liam's characters.
It's true.
Just always.
It's part of my reckless charm.
Unlucky.
It's part of my reckless charm. And I definitely play characters in such a way that death is always on the horizon.
I wasn't expecting you to die. I was expecting you to kill a couple thugs.
Yeah, when you say
the first
like Liam, if I may, Liam,
like
in the canon of Liam decisions, that was nowhere close to the top 50% of reckless decisions that you have made.
I mean, cut back to Angus charging into a crowd of
I wish
English
that was
cavalry.
Recorded. That campaign would have been incredible being recorded because there were so many moments in it. The story was great, but there's so many moments in it that were, I think, for our playing group that were kind of like
That
iconic.
was beautiful. Yeah.
And I also wish that it was recorded just so I could go back and listen to it just myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was transferring everything over to Patreon today, and I was re-listening to a lot of the stuff, and it was just cracking me up. The amount of ridiculous shit that you guys do and say. I appreciate having a good group of players.
We appreciate having a good GM, Jamie. We appreciate it very much.
Enough of that bullshit. We don't want this love fest.
Fuck y'all.
Hey, shut up, Mason.
Yeah, Mason, little bitch.
Poor Mason.
I think Mason took that seriously.
Look how sad he looks. I think he's crying.
Sorry,
Poor little
Mason.
guy.
You're not a little bitch. You're a big bitch.
You're a full-grown man bitch. You're not a little bitch. You're
Man bitch?
a fully realized man bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you got hair on your chest and the whole bit.
Yep. Probably somewhere else too.
Don't leave Mason,
My head.
please. I don't want to be left alone with these guys.
Mason's just like, fuck you guys. I'm out.
They can't pile on me this time, Mason.
No,
I lost
but-
the character.
Yeah. As I mentioned, I think, Liam, you tend to take so many risks
Yeah.
in the interest of keeping things spicy. And I think that
Yes.
this was, even in the recorded stuff that we've done, this does not even approach
No, not even
like
close.
the bigger risks that you've taken. It just so happens that Shadowdark is, like a lot of
It's a
OSR
punishing
systems.
system. Yeah.
It's
And I love
it-
that too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I don't
very
mind.
swingy. It's very
Yeah,
swingy.
I've
You-
never
you could-
minded
you-
playing
if
new
you-
characters. Like
If
you could
you got a
probably
turn,
hear in my voice, like the idea of playing Laramie was like, ooh,
Great.
okay.
like if you had a turn or if you would have won initiative,
Yeah.
like the metrics change significantly because you take out at least one of them on your first turn.
Right.
I'm sure. And
Oh.
then now it's 2 attacks coming at you, and now you're maybe only getting damaged by one person or perhaps
Yeah.
neither of them. And then so the math changes really significantly. And the math was also just in your favor in terms of, like Jamie saying, they only had a +1 to hit. And
Right.
14 is a pretty decent AC in Shadowdark.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
so
good. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I bought an armor to take it down. I had heavier armor at first, but I took it down.
So it's like
so
a
we could
30,
afford.
35% hit chance or something like that for each of them, which means realistically that every 2 turns, like one of them is hitting. So if there's 2 of them, you know what I mean? And so the metrics, essentially, the math should have been in your favor.
Yeah.
However, the fate of the dice are going to do what the fate of the dice are going to do.
Right. And from a thematic perspective, like seeing, first of all, hearing the law has been broken, right? Because thou shalt not steal, pretty much a universal law, no matter what system you're back to the Code of Hammurabi, the 10 Commandments, anything like that. It's one of the initial things that you don't do. Somebody came to me and said, hey, this guy stole Madrina of the First Covenant. Not cool with stealing. Go outside. Then I see him beating up on the homie, right? Little
The
man.
little homie getting beat up on is the one.
And it's good
And
because
I
we are
couldn't-
going to
I couldn't
steal
take it.
a lot. So getting rid of
Yeah.
Ire, I mean, it's just like a ticking time bomb.
Honestly,
Ultimately,
like
super beneficial for
2
us.
dwarves and a halfling sounds like a CBS sitcom that coming this fall, you know?
Can we get an edit where Jay says, "Oh, I love it. I love the swinginess of it," and then like when he's playing OSR and he got really mad when those Axemen came and like.
Did I say that I love the swinginess of it? I think I just said that it is swingy. Yeah, and then I threw a fucking tantrum about the fact that I almost died to a random encounter before I even got a turn. I will say I like swinginess but I also like story-driven swinginess. When things are
It was
like
kind of a piss off because we were like level 6 and they were just some randos. Like we should have had
actually
least
like for
some
sure as a
establishment.
player, we should have. For sure as a player, I do tend to get irritated, I would say, as a person with like random encounters being incredibly challenging. And that's just because of how I came up in the game. I think random encounters are supposed to be like, from my perspective, in my like the way I came up in the game, random encounters are meant to be a thing that drains your stamina, essentially. Like it makes it harder to survive the story-driven encounters. I don't think that they really should be the thing
The deadly thing.
that kills you.
Yeah.
They should be the thing that drains you of resources and that makes you going into a dungeon or something like that much more
But in OSR, you could
difficult
run into
because
a guy.
I wasted a bunch of my resources.
Yeah.
In
Well,
the OSR
yeah,
system, it's
but
like, oh, you
there could be
ran
a whole
into a
quest
dude that's
by a random encounter.
5 levels above you and insta kills
So-
you, and that I actually find like, I get that that's a whole play style. It's just not my play style. Like, it's not a thing that I particularly care for, because the idea that it's like you're trying to tell a story and string together a character, and like in a campaign style game where you're like trying to focus on making the role play meaningful and making the relationships meaningful, and then it's just like, as you're camping, a poisonous snake slides up to you and bites you in your sleep and you're dead. I find that to be dumb. I think that it is the worst it's like, play a board game. Like, play a board game if that's what you're interested in, because a board game requires no emotional investment. Right?
Sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that's my preference.
I'm sorry.
I just want to point out.
Don't
that
apologize. Don't apologize.
Nobody.
I just
nobody
don't
can
like
tongue lash
super
the way Jay does.
deadly random encounters. I
mean,
think
you
that
just
as
see
game
that.
design, I get that you're playing the game as it's written. I just think that games that are written that include ultra deadly random encounters with high frequency, I think it's bad game design. And that's my opinion, because it's not a universal truth. It's not a universal truth.
Enjoying those systems and running you through them.
It kills
However,
me. It kills
I
me.
will say, Liam, that encounter was not random. I said 3 people because I assumed you would have taken the 2 buddies with you to deal with the thugs.
And that the player part of my brain, which I tamp down very heavily.
Well, like, this didn't feel like a
I'm
random
packing
encounter.
like
This
I'm
did feel like a
loading
story
musket,
beat.
right?
me.
Like, this is me with any common sense that I have, like ticking around Liam's head. I'm like, get down there. All right. So I'm putting myself in Ayer's character space, and I'm like, he has no code of laws, and as far as he's concerned, he's invincible because he's lived through all of these things that have happened in the past. And like, I literally was like, if he gets resurrected one more time, I'm gonna like have him go on some kind of weird, trippy, I might be immortal type arc. But he didn't live. You know, the dice said no. That was not the call. And I'm
20
really happy
rolls
to be
that
playing Laramie.
failed.
I enjoy that.
Yeah,
I like the voice. I like the
you had
feel.
2 real good chances to live through it with the cure wounds, which Nat won, which is crazy.
Yeah, Pit Fighter
And
is
then-
an excellent class.
Yeah.
Especially for survivability.
It's
Yeah,
like, so the dice really had to roll bad for that
Oh,
to happen. And I don't feel like that was a random, like, that felt like, again, like a story beat to me.
yeah,
It felt like a designed encounter and that sort of thing.
and it felt like I was approaching it unwisely.
And there's
as
a
I
bunch of
was
options.
going
There's a
into
bunch
it,
of
you know?
options. You know what I mean? So yeah, it seemed good. Characters made choices, and like, I could have entered that and died as well if I just rushed in,
Mhm.
right? And I made a different choice to say something insane and then run back into the bar. And so, like, because of the way that that's set up, that doesn't feel like just a random encounter that's punishing. It feels like a scenario where the choices you make matter, right?
So, for the listeners, I recommend subscribing to Patreon and listening to Mothership episode 5, because there is a random encounter at the end of that episode where people just fall into the ground and disappear.
It's true.
It is not a designed encounter. It is not a story beat. And it's going to be very interesting how it's dealt with. I like the aspect of random encounters being the actual story, because I don't want to make stories just happen because I want the story to happen. There's things that I've presented to you guys that are coming from my head, but I'm going to just roll things that if you guys encounter them, it happens.
That's part of the
hope
balance, right?
a venomous snake will not bite someone, but if it does, then you're just unlucky as fuck and you fall into the bottom of a bottomless pit. And
The
I will
balance
never
is
make a
on the
character
chart.
that has
There's
a
the
backstory
snake.
ever again, Jamie.
There's the awful snake.
I don't
roll.
want anyone
Who are you playing?
to
I'm
make
playing
a background.
I'm playing John.
I don't.
You're playing John again,
I don't
Jay?
want
I'm playing John.
I'm playing John, the
backgrounds.
pitless
I don't
man.
want. I want the backgrounds to be built on scene as you build your character. Come in with a character that is a blank slate, and they grow as they grow. If they die, unfortunate, but they probably meet someone like Laramie, who was a random encounter because of a roll from carousing, and now there's some story there.
Is that why you don't like it when I
It's not
try
planned.
and like give my characters like NPCs they already know, so they have like an established like care for the environment they're in, and you go, "Oh, you're just trying
He
to
does do
fucking
that.
meta in." You're like, ugh, you just have that? Gross.
Yes, but I appreciate it because you're trying to do something in the story. So I don't
I'm trying
mind
to
it.
build
in the world.
rapport. I'm not trying to get free meals. I don't give a fuck about that. I remember you filleted me on Zweihander. You're like, oh, you could just
If
go get a meal at
if
your
there's
daughter's house.
anybody that in our group that I would say is less metagamey than me, like less trying to win the game, it's Mason. It's 100%. We played a round of Cyberpunk where he didn't shoot in a fight.
The status of your people where they were broke ass prisoners that are in the sewers. I didn't want there to be, well, let's go to my daughter's house and get full bellies because
But that's a sick
she's friendly
idea.
to me.
Your daughter goes, oh my God, Grandpa, you brought all these criminals into my house. What the hell are you doing? I'm trying to live
That's
a normal
true.
life. And then all the villagers start saying, oh my God, your daughter's got a bunch of criminals all in her house.
She's
and
a
then it
whore.
becomes a big thing.
Yeah.
It could have happened that way because I didn't tell you that your daughter wasn't there. If your daughter became a key point of, well, she's somewhere with the dwarves, but then you overdosed. So,
well, you did actually say that she became a sex slave for the dwarves and was working in the mines or something.
I did not say sex slave. I said she was in the mines.
It's another one of Jamie's
Well, was she in the
disgusting
mines?
perversions.
Weird fantasies,
we had to
man. And
live
all the
through.
art behind him is really graphic.
If you explored that, like if you went into the mines, you would have been able to rescue your daughter from the dwarves.
Yeah, but was that in the
my
episode?
mind, she was working in the mines, but there was a person in the mines that was found. You weren't there, so I was like, all right, well, this is
but I'm listening to the episode. Where was that little girl that was found?
There was a girl that was found. Yeah,
my daughter was like fucking 28 years old. I was.
If you were there, it would have been your daughter, not here's this little girl. I didn't.
Well, the random little girl was weird to me to begin
daughter.
with, though. I was like, who is this girl? And then she sort of screws off.
You know what, Mason? Ours is not to wonder why.
No,
ours is
we're all dwarves
to end the podcast because Jay needs to go have a pee.
Yep, and it's real late. Bye-bye.
I will.
Remember to subscribe, Patreon, send us a letter, feed Jamie snake rats. And
stop listening to
kangaroos.
Liam. Don't subscribe. Don't do any of the things. Don't hit like.
Send a bomb to his P.O. box.
Stop engaging now. Please stop engaging now.
If you want to prove Jay wrong, and all your teachers by extension wrong.
Liam's address is 19.
No!